Uvalde. Lieutenant showed up. Um, I tried to talk to the officers and de-escalate things for a little while, but I talked to this other group as well. I'm out here with Foulmouth veteran Harvey, Freebird, and a couple other people who are up from upstate New York, apparently. Either way, try to get things settled down a little so people can think a little more calmly before they address things. But the lieutenant did come out here. He's still out here, so I'm going to speak to him now. I am live streaming because, you know, I don't believe that I'm in any physical danger. But again, when an officer gets out of her vehicle and assaults somebody, there's a huge issue there, and that's something that we shouldn't tolerate. You the lieutenant, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, my name's Troy Reese. They call me the homeless hippie. I'm an auditor. I've got a YouTube channel, Blue Lives Matter. How you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm calm right now. I believe I explained this to the sergeant earlier. My huge concern here, and I know we all know things like this, usually get swept under the rug or whatever. But in this particular case, I've witnessed his video. I walked over and watched it. Very clear. It was an obvious assault by your officer. For me, if I'm standing here now and one of you guys did that to me right now, I'm way calm. So this wouldn't happen right now. I'm just giving you an example like I told him. If she had done to me what she did to him earlier, having PTSD, I probably would have punched her. And you know what she would have done to me after that? I'd be dead over an officer's poor choice. She should have never got out of her vehicle to start with. She should have had her dash cam running to start with. She chose not to. She doesn't have a body camera on. I mean, all these things are issues, accountability issues. But again, these guys are over here. They're trying to chill out. They don't want to come over here and say things that are going to escalate things. They do want to address things, but they also feel, rightly so, that, well, this is just going to get swept under the rug. What's the point of going over there and having an argument with the lieutenant or whoever? So, like I explained to the sergeant, I spoke with this officer for quite a while. What I do, I'm similar to what these guys do. I know one of them. I drove out here to meet them. I'm not with them, whatever, but I mean, we're community. You may see me in the future, you may not. It doesn't matter to me. Well, I do what I do for a reason, and it's to make my community a better community, to engage officers in productive ways, and to make sure things like this doesn't happen again. And as I explained to him, if he can explain that to that officer, exactly where I'm coming from, about, she just slapped that camera out of his hand, someone may respond in the same way to her that she responded there. And it may not turn out very well either way. I mean, again, the ladies, they pointed out, if anyone walked up to any officer and did that to them, that person would be definitely arrested. They may not survive the situation. And that's a problem. I mean, it's a huge problem. I don't think when citizens speak with officers, most citizens are afraid to talk to officers. And I do this for a reason. I do it to make sure that I know I can speak to any officer. But as I was telling him, if I see this officer on the street, do you think I'm going to feel safe talking to her knowing that she can, in a heartbeat, lose her cool? She carries a firearm for a living, but she can't control her temper enough to not slap the phone out of a person's hand who, and again, she chose to get out of her vehicle and approach the camera. But she says, get the camera out of my face. Camera was not in her face. She had a window to protect her. She chose not to use it. She chose to get out of her vehicle. She chose to approach him. All those things, very critical. And again, people who do what I do, I identified myself when I walk up to you. That's what I normally do. If you'd have walked up to me, I'd be like, I'm not IDing because I'm a rights activist. Because I spoke to this officer earlier and I said, I'll give you my information because I witnessed an assault. I don't have a problem with that. I also know that nobody's going to contact me as a witness to this assault. Nothing's going to happen to this officer. And that hopefully the sergeant or yourself will at least explain to her how her actions not only look bad on your department, but affect how citizens are going to interact with officers in the future. Because I guarantee you, That gentleman over there that she slapped the phone out of his hand, he's got thousands and thousands of viewers. And when he posts that, and I've already seen the video, it's very obvious what she did, and that it was an assault. That DPS is going to be getting calls, whatever. They call it call flooding, whatever. But people who watch these, we want to know. We want to say, why is it officers keep doing the same thing over and over again? Sorry, I'm going to move over here.
No, we don't want to get you run over.
Well, I know I'm safe because of where he's at. At the same time, I don't want to get too close to you because I'm smoking a cigarette. I don't want to, be in your face. But again, as I told you, I was going to go talk to them, see if they wanted to, speak, because the lieutenant did come out.
Yes, sir.
They were very adamant about speaking to a supervisor. I think, he told them, this is what the deal is. But I did go back over there, and then they're, talking to someone else. So, for me, doing what I do, I'm like, no, I've got to go address this because, again, no matter what, my viewers, they know how I react to officers who treat me poorly. And like I was telling you earlier, I stutter or I slur when I have anxiety, and officers will say I'm intoxicated. Hey, okay, you guys are, okay. So they're going to choose not to talk to you. I do appreciate your time, but I would appreciate it if you just expressed to her, exactly, because not only did she put herself and this man's life at risk, I witnessed the assault. If I saw her shoot him after that, what am I going to do? I'm going to stand there and just go, hey, you're killing someone unjustly. I'm witnessing it, and I know nothing's going to happen, and that's a problem. And again, she has to understand, she knew there were three of us and the two young ladies behind that were filming. They heard the commotion and came back, but she had to have known all that's being filmed. What is going through her mind that makes her think it's okay to act that way? You're being filmed now, and I'm not using this as a defense tool. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shut down my live stream right now as I'm about to leave, because there's some things that I believe